What is up, gentlemen? Welcome back to this new tutorial. So now we're going to be designing our archive page. So as you can see, this is the final result that you're going to be able to achieve. So far what we did is we created all the products over here in our custom post type products. So now what I'd like to do is to be able to find a way to combine all these products in this order. So you can see we have 3 products in a row, and so on and so forth. So basically this is my index page. Basically the index page is where you initialize your plugin, and I'm gonna start with a function over here down below. So function, let's call it template dash archive. So over here let's make it archive template, just to keep everything organized. Okay, we get the function over here. Let's open the brackets and let's go down like this, and inside it what I'd like to do is to make a condition. So basically if we are on this page over here, I want to change from the default template to our template. So if condition is archive, and inside the brackets we're going to be putting which archive. So the archive that I'm talking about is this one, products. So let's put product over here, and if we are on this one, do the following, which is to return plugin dir path file double dash file, and point over here, and let's put over here our file. So basically this return plugin dir path is gonna direct us to the plugin folder. So from here we need to add the archive page. So I'm gonna jump into my templates over here and right click, create a new file, and Ctrl S to save it, and let's call it template-archive.php like this. Okay, I'm gonna be saving it. And let's do something. So let's call this is our archive page. Alright, so let's do a save over here, get back to our index page, and let's see what we got. So return the plugin dir path, this location. So we need to include this folder over here, templates slash, and let's include our archive file. So template-archive.php. Excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna close this tag over here with a semicolon, and down below over here, since we're going to be using an add filter hook, so we need to return our template. So return $template, and I'm going to just copy this template over here and put it, this variable, put it inside our function. And down below we need to execute this function. So in order to execute it, I'm going to be using add filter hook, and inside it the hook that we're going to be using is template include. So template dash include. Keep in mind that this is the second type of dash, not like this. This is the smaller one, this is the bigger one. Okay, so this is the hook, and in the second parameter we always put the name of the function that we want to execute. In our case it's template-archive. Alright, so let's put it inside that, and let's close that with a semicolon. Alright, so I think we're done. We got it over here. So basically WordPress, once we are on this page over here, it's gonna take us to this template, the template-archive. So let's do a refresh over here and see. Excellent. So as you can see, it's working. This is our archive page. Okay, so let's jump back into our archive page and let's start working on it. So this is what we got so far. So basically what I'd like to achieve is something like this. Let me show you the final result. I want to be listing all the products in this order. So 3 products in one row. Also, I want to be able to change that number. For example, we can set it to 4 elements in one row. So for that, I'm going to be using a script. I already created that script. I'm going to just copy it. You will find it in the description. I'm going to be explaining it in just a second. Okay, so let me get back. I'm going to just remove this title over here. So this is our script. So basically it's just a condition. It's going to keep checking. Once we finish that number of rows, it's going to get down, and so on and so forth. So for over here, I'm just using this example, which is title. It's an array that has all these elements. And let's check that. So I'm gonna do a refresh over here, and you can see that. So we have B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Also, we can go back over here and set this one to 0, this number over here, so that we can start from the first element. You can do a refresh, and you can see that. So A, B, C, it's gonna get down, D, E, F, get down, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is to replace these elements over here with our titles. So over here, I'm gonna go to the top over here, and let's start with the variable titles like this, and let's make it equal to get call. So basically I'm addressing the database over here, these tables, the table over here, e-commerce card details, or basically I'm going to be changing this one later on. So I'm going to be taking all these IDs. Okay, so get call, and let's open the brackets. So let's close them at the end. Over here I'm going to be opening quotation marks, make sure that you are using this double quotation marks. So select, also make sure that everything is uppercase. Select. So basically what we want to select is the car ID. Car ID, but basically it must be this element. Let me show you. This object or this quotation marks, it's kind of spanned. So basically we use this one when addressing to the database. You will find it on the top of the tab. So tab button on top of it. Okay, select what they want to select, car ID. Let's check if it's the same. Yes, car ID from the database. So over here we need to create that database variable. So let's call it, for example, DB, and let's give it the name of our database. So basically we can put it like this. We can just copy this name and put it over here, but I don't like this approach because sometimes this name, this web page name, it's going to be changed. So what I'd like to do is just remove these and let WordPress take care of the rest. So over here I'm going to be adding the global web page DB, prefix points, e-commerce card details. So this first part is going to be taken care of WordPress. Alright, so we got this. Let's close that with the semicolon. Alright, so we got the database, we got the titles, select car ID from the DB. Also over here we must include the WordPress database like this. Okay, so if we went back like this and do some echo titles, and inside the square brackets let's put a number. So basically if we set it to 0, it's going to give us the first element, which is this one, 0. So let's make it, so this one is 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's make it 3, which is 88. 88. Okay, let's close that and let's check over here. So as you can see, it's echoing 88, which is really good. Okay, so what I'd like to do right now is to replace that. So let's go back, gonna get back over here, and let's see, also let's keep this one big. So I'm gonna be replacing this title over here with titles, because the name of our array is titles, and the name I'm gonna keep just this number 2. This one's gonna be keep incrementing each time we do this loop. Okay, so let's do a save, get back over here to refresh. Excellent. So as you can see, it's working. The first element is 0, 79, 87, and so on and so forth. But I don't want to include the first element, which is the 0. So I'm gonna just go back over here and increase this element, this number, to 1, so that we can start from the second element and not the first. Do refresh, and it's working excellent. Also for the 88, I'm gonna just remove this one. Excellent. Same thing for this array, let's just remove it. So basically what I'd like to do right now is to switch or to replace these IDs with its actual post name, these posts name over here. So let's do that. So first I'm going to be showing you the function that we're going to be using, which is get the title. And inside the brackets, we're going to be putting the ID name. So for example, let's put this 79, put it over there, close that, but also we must echo this value to print it out. Okay, echo the title of 79, which is the first one. Okay, let's do refresh. Got a problem. Count parameter must be an array, countable, line 12. Let's see what we got on line 12. Yeah, course count title. Yeah, basically over here we need to make it titles, but I prefer, because we're gonna be using title a lot, I'm gonna just make this one just title. Okay, also over here let's scroll down and make it just title. Okay, so let's save, do refresh, and there we go, it's working. Also over here we got our title, so which means that this function is working. So what I'd like to do is to just get back over here, and instead of echoing the ID, I want to be echo the title. So get the title, and inside the brackets, open over here, and let's close it over here. So as I said, this is the function that gives us the titles, and this one is the ID that keeps incrementing these IDs. Okay, so let's do save, and let's do refresh over here. So basically we got all the titles. Excellent. So as you can see, we're on our way to create this template. Okay, so let's just remove this one. Gonna just remove it from the top. Where is it? This one, echo get the title. Also over here, I'm gonna be creating where is body? Over here, let's make a paragraph. We can make it also an H1, but that's fine. So let's call it all products. And for the class of it, let's make it center. So again, I'm using the classes from over here, from the custom style. For example, center over here means text align center and justify content center. So let's do refresh over here. So we got it all over there, all product. Also, I would like to change the font size. I think I create some font size functions. Okay, yeah, for example, this one, FS, font size 2.5. Okay, you can just copy this one. I make it like this to keep it rememberable, so that we can remember these classes. So class, let's make it font size 2.5. Excellent. So now we're on the right track. So what I need to do next is to add the thumbnail. So now you can see that we have the thumbnail and we have the title. Okay, so let me get back over here and find a way to add the thumbnail. Also over here, I'm going to be showing you that function. You can do it over here separately so that we can understand how it works. So get the post thumbnail and URL like this. Okay, inside it, let's put it again. Let's give it, let's check over here what we got. Logitech G502. Okay, this one, the mouse, gaming mouse. Okay, let's make it 79, I guess. 79, yeah. Not sure about that, but let's just check. Oops, not this one. So as you can see, it's not working because we need to echo get the title. It's gonna give us just the URL and not the image. There we go. So this is the URL. You can paste it over here to see that image. Excellent. You can also do the following. We can add an image over here. So EMG, but we must do it inside the HTML. So for example, over here we can make EMG. And for the source, we can use the PHP tag and include this function. So PHP to make it dynamic. And let's just copy this one and paste it inside here. All right, so let's save and let's get back over here to refresh. Basically, we got it. We got our image. Okay, so now I think you understand this function. So what I'd like to do is to get back over here and add it to the top of the title. So I'm gonna just copy this image. Okay, we can just remove it from here. Also delete this one. Okay, get back over here and on the top, I think that the title, let's check. Yeah, basically we need to put the title second. So first, let's put the image, okay, and the title. Let's do a quick refresh to see. Basically, it's working. So instead of using this fixed ID, I'm gonna just use this ID over here that keeps changing each time we go through this while loop. Okay, so let's do refresh and basically that's it. So we got all our images over here. So now all we have to do is to start tweaking these canvases. Okay, so let's jump into the classes. So over here we have the border radius 0.5 and we have the center. I'm gonna just remove the border radius for now and just focus on the rest, which is, let's start first by adding some background. I want to add some background to these canvases. Okay, so for that, let's use, for example, BJ, and let's make it white, BJ white. And I'm gonna just copy this class and jump into my CSS. And as you can see, I already did that. I think it's the same, yes, background white. So just write it like this and add background color equal to white smoke or any color that you want. Okay, so let's get back over here, make sure that everything is saved. Okay, still refresh. And since it's white, we're almost going to be able to see it. So let's make some change over here. So background white, so let's make it red, for example. Okay, do refresh. No, it's not working. So let's find what seems to be the problem over here. Yes, basically we're doing double dash. So let's just remove that double dash like this. Save. And let's do refresh over here and basically it works. But what I'd like to do first is to add a background color. So for that, let me show you the background color that I'm going to be using. This one over here, the background linear gradient. So just copy this one and paste it in your CSS code. So it's called body number 1, the class, or we can also call it BJ archive. All right, so let's just save or copy this one, and let's paste it on the body. So over here on the body. So basically the body is the block that contains everything. So you can see it starts over here and ends on the bottom over here. You can also add a div, but I prefer the body. A body, it's gonna apply this class to everything. So let's save and let's do a refresh over here and basically we can see that nice gradient effect going on the background. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back and I'm gonna change that the white. I'm gonna just make it white smoke. white smoke like this. Save. Let's do refresh. As you can see, it works perfectly. Also, I'd like to add some border radius over here and also add some shadow. So for the border radius, let me show you the function. Border radius, this one over here. So border radius 0.5. You can just write border radius 0.5. Okay, I'm gonna just copy this one and paste it on the top of our div, the div that contains the image and the title. So let's just add it over here and see if it's gonna be working or not. As you can see, it's not working. I think we must put it inside, so let's put it over here and let's see. Perfect. So now as you can see, it's working. We have some border radius over here, so I'm gonna just remove it from the top. Also, what I'd like to do is to add some box shadow. So box shadow, BS, not the other BS, if you know what I mean. So this one is the BS box shadow. You can write it like this, 005. So basically 00 is for the magnitude, not the magnitude, but on the x-axis and on the y-axis. I just make it 00, and over here I make it 5. Let me show you that in action. So as you can see, yeah, we got it, but as you can see, it's settled. If you increase this number over here to 1, for example, 1 pixel, it's gonna be more obvious. Let's make it 10, red, just to see that effect. Yeah, you can see that effect. But in my case, I just want to have a subtle box shadow. So let's just set it to 0.1. Let's do refresh. Excellent. It looks pretty much good. Also, we forgot something. We forgot to add the button. So I'm gonna jump back over here. So let's gonna be using the A. Also, we can reuse the button. So let's call it add to cart. Okay, so let's do save. Get back over here. Do refresh. We got it over here, but I don't want this one. I'm gonna be using the A anchor. I think this one href. Let's make it just the hashtag for the test, and let's call it over here add to cart. Okay, let's do save. Get back. Okay, so we got our title over here. So what I'd like to do is to apply some styling to it. First, I'd like to add some background color to it. So let's do that. So I'm gonna jump over here. Let's add the class. And let's call it btn, which is button dash add to cart. Add ATC. Okay, I think I already created that, but let's find it. ATC. Yes, this one over here. So check this out, what we did. First, we did the background color. The second one that I did is I did some padding to that background color. Also, I give it some border radius of 50 pixels. Let's make it just 10 pixels. Let's check in our possibilities. Yes, it looks even better, I think. Let's make some padding of it. As you can see, it's not compatible over here, so let's add some padding to it. So there is a lot of ways to do it, but the quick way to do it is to just add some breaks over here. So BR, can add 2 breaks, BR. So I get back over here, do refresh. It works like magic. Also, as you can see, I don't like the image over here looks big. I want to be making it smaller a little bit. Okay, so let's do that. So over here on the image, can I just add another div that contains this image. Div like this. Can I just copy this image, paste it inside our div over here, and just delete this one. And inside it, let's give it a class of let's see, over here, let's make it 75. Call 75 is fine. So call 75, but we need to make it on the middle. But let's see, got that. So let's make it on the middle. I'm gonna just add the MA, and let's see if it's gonna be working or not. Yeah, it's working. So basically, this MA is the margin auto. Let me show you the MA. This one, MA is margin. Just write auto. Also, another thing, I want to change the color of this one. As you can see, it's not obvious, so let's change its color. So let's go to the top, all products over here. Let's make C white. Let's make sure that we got this class or not. So C white. Yeah, we got it. Excellent. So let's do refresh over here and let's see. There you can see it's all products. Also, what I'd like to do is to change the font size of all our titles that we're having over here. So what I'd like to do is to use the quicksand font. So I'm gonna just search for it, quicksand font. Yeah, I already did that research. So quicksand fonts on Google, and we can just copy this one. So we're gonna select this style. I'm gonna just copy this link. You can see that link to the font. Okay, and remember this CSS rule. You can see that over here. We already created that. So font size, I just assign it to the FF quicksand, meaning font size quicksand. So I'm gonna jump back over here and let's copy that copy that link, but first I'd like to do it in the correct way. So let's add over here the head, okay, the head, and inside it let's put that link. So since I want to use that font size on everything in our page, so I'm gonna be putting it on the body. So over here, let's put it over here, FF _ quicksand. Let me show you that rule, that CSS rule. You can see that over here, font size quicksand, font family quicksand, sans serif. Alright, so let's do refresh over here and we must see it. So now also I like this font a lot. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. Thanks a lot for watching. So if you have any questions, leave them down below, and also if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribing, consider subscribing. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next tutorial. Take care.